Hi, it's Jamil with Jamil Wellness Counseling, and I want to explain and go over a breath that I find tremendously helpful. It's called Ujjayi breath, and of course, as a yogi, just want to acknowledge that there's 8 limbs of yoga. So most Westerners are only familiar with that first limb of yoga, or one of the limbs of yoga, the asanas, the physical postures. And so pranayama is a whole other limb, and prana is life force energy, and ayama means expansion. So with these pranayamas, we are expanding our life force energy. Oftentimes, pranayama is just known as breath control. And so even though we are manipulating our breath to produce a certain effect, we are really influencing our life force energy, whether it's the capacity, building the capacity, or increasing capacity to engage the vagus nerve and put our vagal brake on so that we can calm ourselves, emotionally regulate. Sometimes there's stimulating breaths if we want to really increase our life force energy to be more outwardly. And all of this affects these values, the way the energy flows within our system. And we have, like, when I say our system, it's these koshas, these layers of ourselves. So it's quite complex. But coming back to Ujjayi breath, it's colloquially known as ocean breath. But again, it's the translation is victorious breath. And why is it victorious, Jamil? Because when we do this breath, we create this audible sound, this internal sound that we can hear. And so oftentimes when we have the chitta vritti, the mental mind chatter, then when we engage our inner auditory circuits, then that mental chatter is diminished. So Ujjayi breath is a great way to do that. When we do it just on the exhale, we're prolonging the exhale, thus increasing that vagal brake, switching body and mind to parasympathetic nervous system. So, how do you do it? It's easier, I find, to do on the exhale when you're learning. You can do it on both inhale and exhale. So try whichever one works better for you. But I always encourage my clients to take a deep breath, emptying out completely, pulling belly to spine. Inhale, belly expands. And then exhale, open your mouth like you're fogging up a window. Do that a few times until you can feel that little constriction at the back of the throat. And then when you can do that without your mouth open, then that's the Ujjayi exhale. Yeah, and you might not have even been able to hear that. So oftentimes you'll hear that in a yoga class. So just know that that's an Ujjayi exhale. You can do it, like I said, on the inhale and exhale, in which case that's where that it's referred to as ocean breath, because when you do it on the inhale, it can feel kind of like a snore. And the inhale and exhale sounds like ocean waves coming in and out. So I'm in Portland, Oregon right now, visiting family and friends, and we went to the ocean, and it's that shh. So Ujjayi breath, beautiful pranayam for slowing the breath down, prolonging the exhale. When you do it on both the inhale and exhale, it's a samavriti breath, an equal breath, great for balance. But oftentimes we're engaging this breath, especially in my counseling practice, my own personal practice, to calm ourselves, to engage parasympathetic nervous system. So I encourage you to do it just on your exhale and see how that feels, how that prolongs the exhale. Use the big breaths, use your belly muscles to pull your belly to spine, to exhale completely. Push your belly out on the inhale. Those big Durga breaths can happen with Ujjayi, or you can simply do it on a regular exhale. So Ujjayi breath, victorious breath, when it's done for many moments, many minutes, you really are doing a practice that you can cultivate over time, so that when your nervous system is activated into sympathetic fight flight, this muscle memory, the body based patterns, coping skills come right up. So the intention here is to do it every day, so that when you need it, it will more readily be available to your body, mind, and to your system. So great. Hope this practice goes well for you, and we'll see you later.